Will Bob Baffert finally get his horse Barnes going this time around to get a win? Or will Captain Cook take home the booty? Let's line them up and find out. Hello, welcome to Billy Ho Sports. We're going to cover some Keeneland Stakes racing this weekend. We have the Perryville Stakes and the Raven Run, both 7 furlong sprints for 3-year-olds in the respective divisions. And we have 6 contenders in the first race, the Perryville. So we're going to get right into it with number 1, Gaming. Finally going back to the distance he was a grade 1 winner at as a 2-year-old. He's run pretty well in most of his races. He was a pretty solid third in the Pat Day Mile, but in ridiculous California short fields with multiple Baffert horses dictating the terms, it's really tough to tell if the horse has improved more or not. He was able to hold off his stablemate Nevada Beach in the Affirmed. That was a 4-horse race. Then Hector Barrios I have no idea how you get a horse jammed up in a 3-horse field, but he managed to do it because he ran right up in and had to check up Gaming in a 3-horse shared belief field before the first turn. So not sure what happened there, but he's fired. So we got Johnny V taking over, which I think gives this horse a definitively better chance. I sometimes I just don't know. Bob just says, all right, this time we're going to let Citizen Bull win. We need to build his confidence, or I don't know how that whole thing shakes out, but it just feels like there's just a lot of camaraderie with those short fields and Baffert having half the field in a lot of them. So we're going to go to number 2, Taylor's Version. Dale Romans trains this colt by Into Mischief, so half sibling to the aforementioned game, or not Gaming, but half sibling to the next horse we'll talk about, Barnes. So this one, other than the attempt on the turf that didn't end well, but could be really good for conditioning, because he used that effort to improve to a dominant win, going 6 furlongs at Churchill Downs. And with all the failed potential in this field, who knows? With Taylor's Version, the thing of it is, Dale Romans just really doesn't do well in graded stakes races. He's really great in like just listed and everything else in life, it feels like. But he's got like 2 graded stakes wins, and I don't know how long. So it's going to be a tall order for Taylor's Version. But you never know. Like you said, that's why they run them. Now here comes Barnes at the number 3 hole. Has had better success going 1 turn. He really needs to step it up in this one to be. He should be the best horse in this field. It was a little weaker field in the San Vicente. That was going 7 furlongs. I liked his late run in the Allen Jerkins for third. Uh, and I actually went back and looked at the last outing in the was it the Gallant Bob, was a real head scratcher. But I do believe the game plan was to rate him, sit him back off the pace, then make a run to work on that aspect of his running style. But somehow or another, he just got way too far back, and he was 13 lengths back around the first turn, or into the half mile or so, because the opening quarter he just had no speed. So really fell back and then made a really late breaking rally to get improved position. But maybe that vaults him into a better position in this race. Who knows? But anyway, coming up is the Breeders' Cup in just a few weeks. We've got great subscriber contests lined up for it. So you want to hit that subscribe button so you're in the running for prizes, and smash that like while you're at it, always helping the channel. Leave a comment below to get your name into any of the drawings. And also check the playlist for all the BC content. Will be conveniently located there. Enough of that. Number 4, Owen Almighty. Owen! Love me some Owen. Was a disaster at Charlestown in the 7 furlong return after the Kentucky Derby. Probably in hindsight, not fit coming in. Definitely didn't handle those sharp turns at the bull ring, so to speak. So it's a really small oval if you're not familiar with Charlestown. Tiny oval. They run two turns at 7 furlongs, and they're really, really sharp around both ends. He got caught wide once and just completely fell apart. Excuse me, in the turn. I was pretty impressed with the effort in the Derby, but more impressive in previous races. I thought actually he didn't run well in the bluegrass until I reviewed that race, and he was really right up in the front, running in second behind East Avenue until the distance got to him, going 9 furlongs. Now we're going 7, so I think he's going to be in a little better condition. I think he's a threat. Definitely Captain Cook is a threat. A horse that I thought could have gone to Del Mar and run in the Breeders' Cup Sprint there, but instead chooses to land in this softer 7 furlong spot. Probably a better distance. First race under the guidance of Todd Pletcher, he nearly got there going 7 in the Allen Jerkins. He missed by just a nose at 20 to 1 to Patch Adams, and RIP Patch Adams, who we recently found out had an injury and has been put out the stud, I believe, retired. Our first significant 3-year-old to leave the racing circuit, which is disappointing to say the least. Now, to round out the field, we've got Rolando, and Rolando came up through Gulfstream Park, faced some pretty good competition, ran against River Thames once before shipping up to Keeneland. He ran in the Lafayette. Didn't perform all that well there. He was kind of trouble keeping up with the leaders. Given a 4-month break, and I think that did him a lot of good. He really rolled, went wire to wire in the Patramo mile, won by 4 lengths, and then they tried him at Kentucky Downs. Other than a conditioning effort and maybe just throwing spaghetti against the wall for a big payday, you could toss that race, so to speak. But races like this, I really don't like. There's just so many horses that are in there. You know, you got Barnes, you got Captain Cook, you got Gaming, you got uh, Owen. You know, most of all these horses have disappointed in one way or another. And but horses that would, if at their best, would be the best in this race. So it's really hard to pinpoint where I want to go. I really feel like Captain Cook is in a good spot, but I don't like the 6-5 morning line odds. I think Barnes could turn it around. And I thought, well, here we go again, you know, with Barnes. Is there finally a point where we just say, I'm not messing with this dude anymore. He's on the no-fly list. But I don't know. Maybe it was part of the plan to drop him back. I think it was. He just got too far back. But he really did make a powerful charge down the stretch late. So if they can get him in a more controlled pace than that and not fall way too far back, he should be able to plow down the field and get it done. So I think maybe a good setup for Barnes. I am going to take the 3 Barnes for the win. Tentatively, 1-2-6 with all. I think maybe Owen coming back off the long layoff might need one. So I'm not 100% sure. In hindsight, we'll see what happens. But I am going to go that direction. We're going to jump right into quickly touch on the Raven run. A lot bigger field. So 7 furlongs, 3-year-old fillies. Delightful Claire, 10 to 1. Pretty good. Set the pace in the 7 furlong dogwood. Tired out. Finished third behind two more she's going to face in this race. Bad break in the Prioris, but still managed to rally for second as the odds-on favorite there. So inside post, not sure if that's good or bad, but she's good underneath use. Vixen is the most interesting one here for me. Running on the turf, but comes from a solid dirt sire in Vacoma. Has shown some speed in some dirt workouts, capable of being in the picture. Mark Cassidy, nobody does it better than him. I do believe this horse faced another horse that had a bit of success on the turf to dirt switch named Nitrogen. Maybe you heard of her. So she finished second to Nitrogen in a couple of those races earlier in the year and won some herself. So could be a dangerous horse at 20 to 1 morning line. Then you have some like Strong Slate, rally for second in the dogwood, adding blinkers. Probably needs a fast pace, may not get it. Volleyball Princess, I used underneath. She didn't like Churchill or Charlestown either. She liked Parks and the Liberty Bell. She got some place money for me there. Her speed figures do look a bit weak, but she could hit the board at a price. Almond Joy was another one. She entered the Grade Three Torrey Pines in her first graded stakes and got it done after facing state breds before that. So she did step up, could fill in the pieces for a late closing trifecta. Number 6, Reputation, stumbled at the start of the Princess Rooney, wound up third, won a Colonial Down Stakes before that. A good clean trip could be a factor. Then you have another one. Now we can start to get into a little bit more pace. This one, Maida, makes her greatest stakes debut, but a lot of lopsided. This is the Brittany Russell, Sheldon Russell, like post time, where it seems like post time wins at Laurel Park all the time, and in Delaware runs well, but outside of there runs well but doesn't win. So I don't know about that, but I'm not going to go with her here. Just need to see it first. Usha, 9-2 morning line. This is Bob Baffert's making her stakes debut. She's got pedigree, a little jockey and trainer connections here, but has yet to step up to this level. Baffert doesn't send his horses to ship up to Keeneland often, so he doesn't really have the best shipper record as far as graded stakes go. So tentatively using underneath in exotics. Number 9, Ragtime, is the first horse that is a legitimate one to beat type horse. Off the win in the Dogwood, I was all over that one. Second by a neck in the test was big time effort. All 4 starts have been at 7 furlongs. She's fired every time. Hard to go against Billy Mott and Junior. So I like her stalking style. The triple digit late pace figures set up well, and I don't even think she needs a pace to get there. So Ragtime, definitely a top choice. Number 10, Simply Joking, also a top choice. Now in the Mike McCarty barn. She's been off since the Kentucky Oaks, was second in the fantasy before that. Some fast workouts in Cali, which could lead to a solid effort, but I'm going to have to play a wait and see on that one. The other one, I'm not going to so much play a wait and see just because I'm playing the talent alone. Is Quiet Side at 4-1. Also hasn't raced since the Kentucky Oaks. She finished 6th in that race, though. Was the winner of the Fantasy and the Honeybee before that. So she could be the best in this race on paper for sure. Then you have Vodka with a Twist. Tons of stakes experience. Stakes in her last 10 starts. 5 seconds, only 1 win. Better option for the bottom of the try or the super underneath there for me. Then you have the alternate entries. The only one worth looking at, in my opinion, is the number 14, maybe 15, but the number 14, Taliesin. But we'll need a couple of scratches to get in there. So if this one does draw in, definitely take a look. So for me, it's between 9 Ragtime, 11 Quiet Side, who are both in line to press or stalk speed horses like Simply Joking, Maida, Usha. So I think Quiet Side gets the first crack because she's more closer to the pace than Ragtime, who's a stalker. But the long layoff might require a race like this to get under her belt. So the way I see it is maybe Ragtime passes Quiet Side late in the race. I like the 9-11 exacta box in this one. So I might look at that. I also like the number 2 Vixen as a nice sleeper value to bust it up underneath. So maybe we go that route. But like I said, exactas, trifectas, like I would do maybe a 9-11 over a 2-8, 9-11 for an exacta. And maybe those two plus 1, 2, 4, 8, 9-11, go 6 deep on the third leg of a trifecta. Something like that anyway. But that's the races for this week. As we approach the Breeders' Cup, we're largely going to be covering that event, but I'm still going to be dropping some weekly race of the week, so to speak, content. So check the playlist for all the Breeders' Cup content. Thanks a lot for joining me today. Don't forget to sub, like, and leave that comment. See you soon.